Hey, it's Dr. Tartt, my friends, and we're going to talk today about a topic that is you probably never talked about before. It's a term called emophilia, which means you fall in love too fast. So, welcome to another edition of Heart to Heart with Dr. Tartt. Today, we're talking to you if you have a tendency to fall in love too fast, or you have a friend or a sister or a brother, that falls in love too fast. Within the first minute, not first minute, but the first date or the first season of meeting someone, they are already all in. Already all in. So we're going to talk today about how to stop falling in love too fast. So whether that is you or that is someone we're going to talk about it today so that you can help them, because falling in love too fast gets you into unhealthy relationships more times than not. So I want to help you with that. And that is something that affects you. All right. So let's roll with. Of course, make sure you like it and subscribing to this channel so we can get more mental health information to the people. We are in a mental health crisis. And so psychologists like myself are coming to the forefront and giving you fun, sometimes very deep, very meaningful, impactful information for you to be able to have mental health and wellness. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. All right, so hemophilia is a term. You can have it like high and low hemophilia. It basically means the ease in which you fall in love. I know y'all probably never even thought about that. Or some of you might have. You might have thought, I fall in love pretty slowly. And some of you might think, I fall in love pretty quickly. And some of you feel like it's appropriate, right? And so Dr. Teresa D. Donato, all right, wrote an article in Psychology Today. I think it was September edition, 2021, that really broke this down, that caught my attention, right? And she describes, high people who are high in hemophilia are a group who fall in love hard, quickly, and often, may be at risk for entering into unhealthy relationships, destabilizing their sense of self. So basically, what that means is that the more you fall in love, and you fall in love too quickly, you don't evaluate the situation, it could actually end up hurting your ego, your sense of self, meaning that you should be here, but you feel this way about yourself. And how could you not? I mean, you've been through a series of toxic relationships and you're the common denominator. All right. You might be high on hemophilia. So let's talk about what it is and how to fix it. All right. So these statements you might endorse. This is how to figure out if you have hemophilia. All right. So you might say, I feel romantic connections right away. Right. These are statements. Now, not that you feel a little bit when they screen and they assessed, what they did in the study is like, these are people that strongly endorse. You know how you have that scale, we call it a Likert scale, where you say strongly disagree, strongly agree. These are people that said they strongly endorse or strongly agree with these statements. All right. Because I know you're going to look at them and say, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel romantic connections right away. Strongly agree. I tend to jump into relationships, strongly agree. I love the feeling of falling in love. Strongly agree. If you do those things, it's possible that you might be high on hemophilia and you might be prone. To falling in love too quickly. Now I know how y'all are, because I look at videos the same way. I know some of y'all have noticed my cheeks are a little red. Yeah, I got micro needling today. I'm securing my manhood to tell you that I do get micro needling so that my skin can look good and look better. And it happened this morning and it's red the same day, but I didn't want to hold this video back. So I know I'm gonna see it in the comments. Y'all can go ahead and clown away. It's all good. Listen to the information and just deal with, the grease and deal with the redness so that a brother can look good for y'all in a future date. Y'all feel me? All right. Anyway, I figure like in this day of transparency, social media, why not show up and be real? All right. So 3 signs you may be high on hemophilia. All right. 1, you feel like you need a partner to feel whole. Let's break that down. All right. You need a partner to feel whole. I mean, I've counseled a lot of clients, and I've had some friends that say, you know what, I just don't know what to do when I'm not in a relationship. Like, they're only single for like a week or a month. They've never really spent any significant time. being single because it's not something that they want to do, right? They just don't feel comfortable. They don't feel safe. They don't feel protected. They don't feel loved. They feel lonely very quickly. All right, that's a warning sign. Number two, you may have no idea. Don't even express what you need in a relationship prior to entering it. Right? Let me break that down a little bit more. All right. So what that means is, hold on, let me let y'all see this a little bit better. What that means is, like, when you meet someone, you don't really have an idea of how to date them. I mean, of what you need to be. Your standards are not there. Like, okay, you might say, I want someone who's loving, I want someone who's kind, I want someone. You don't really think about that. You don't really even communicate it. You don't really bring it up. Your focus is on making them happy, right? You say, I'll go next. I'll focus on them. You just focus on making them happy, right? And then you feel on the back end, it'll come back around. I get that sentiment, right? But do you see how this is leading you into a pattern of dysfunction if you don't even go into it with standards and questions? And we'll get to that. All right. And then number three, you feel an intense attraction to or have a habit. You have a pattern of dating narcissists and our selfish partners. Right? Look at this picture. Like, this man is hugging her and she's looking at the camera. Now I know it's photography. It's all good. All right. But y'all get what I'm saying? Have you ever felt like in a relationship to where you will focus on them and then they will focus on themselves? They will focus on what it looks like to be with you. They weren't really focused on you. I know that's going to hit some of you. Right. And if you have a pattern of dating people who think too highly of themselves and not enough of you, I know you focus on the narcissist, but this is a flashlight moment to shine the light on yourself or on your friend if you're going to show this video to say, is it possible that you think too little of yourself and therefore you attract people who think too much of themselves because you make great bedfellows? You make a great dysfunctional pair, right? Because if I think too highly of myself and you think too lowly, this fits because I'm going to tell you what I need and you're just going to do it. When someone asks you what you want to do, how you want to be loved, I don't know what you want. I know that hurts someone, but I'm saying this in love. All right. So let's talk about how not to fall in love too fast. I want you to prepare a list of questions and listen to the person you're dating. Listen to their answers before you make a judgment about partners. Before you think about, all right, is this someone that I can be in partnership with? All right. I know y'all thinking, like, why is Prince on there? All right. If anyone knows anything about booking talent, they have this thing called a writer. All right, a writer is a list of things that they require in order for you to book them, right? And so Prince has probably had one of the most extensive writers. So he may want purple sheets. He may want purple M&Ms only. He may want, accommodations in a particular room every single time he's in Atlanta. He may want to be picked up at a particular time. He may want sound check with only purple microphones, right? So anyone knew that when they booked Prince, all these things had to be met. And that's a good thing. I know you're thinking, like, Prince was doing the most. No, because Prince is going to give you 100% of Prince's show. He's going to when Prince comes to town, people are going to come from out of town to see Prince. They're going to pay big dollars. So if he's going to provide that for you as a promoter, all right, you're going to have to take care of Prince. It keeps the relationship balanced. If I'm going to do all of this fly and give you all that I have, Prince gives the show whether he's sick, whether he feels good, whether his voice is in, he's going to give you Prince no matter what, no excuses. So meet that man's writer. All right. So you need to have you need to have your own writer. You need to have your own writer clause and say, look, you know what? I need to make sure that you're good at relationships. A lot of people look at superficial things in relationships and they forget the main thing. I know you're thinking, like, what's the main thing? The main thing is, how good are you in relationships? Like, it's not about being 6'2" or, with a six pack. It's not about being, she's a Coke bottle. She's accomplished. She has multiple degrees. She can cook. All those things are great. At the end of the day, though, what's going to make a great relationship is how good you are at loving another person. Can you sacrifice? Can you make accommodations? Can you communicate without shutting down? Can you communicate without screaming? Can you apologize? Oh my goodness, y'all, I could preach on that. How good are you in relationships? Like, that's one of the main questions you should be asking. Like, are you a good lover? Like, anyone can look good, but when we get into a relationship, do you know how to anticipate needs? If I'm tired, do you know how to put the kids to bed without me asking? Right? If I've had a rough day as a man, do you know to make love to me, to make me feel good without me asking? I'm just keeping it real, y'all. All right. All right. Number two. Number two. All right. How not to fall in love too fast is hold out long enough to get past the representative. Oh my goodness. So this is so I want you to look for evidence of these three things, right? Anyone can perform. Like this brother right here, he's performing. He's in sales, obviously, right? And so he's gonna put on a smile and he's gonna perform, but that may not be how he really feels about the people that he's presenting to, right? Everyone can look good. If you want to get past the representative, you're gonna withhold. You're gonna hold out. You're not gonna fall in love too quickly. You're gonna hold out. And here's what you're gonna look for. All right. You're going to look for evidence of respect, that they respect you. You're going to look for evidence that they're kind and loving. And then you're going to look for evidence that they're interested in you or your life without you asking for it. See, some of you are so busy pleasing because we can be people pleasers. I understand what that is like because if you're a healer and you're a helper, that's part of your identity. That's part of your identity, right? But if you rush to do that in advance, you can find yourself in a one-sided love affair. You doing all this and they're not doing anything. Like we say, you ain't doing Nathan. Nothing. They're doing Nathan. They're not doing anything at all. You doing all the loving, they doing all the getting. You doing all the healing, they getting all the help. Right? You doing all the apologizing, they doing all the offending. I know this is hitting home, right? So that's what we keep it real. So hold out long enough to get past the representative so that they can show interest in you, right? Let them say, what's going on with you? We've been talking a lot about me. What's going on in your world? What do you like? What kind of lover do you like? What kind of husband are you looking for? What kind of girlfriend or wife are you looking for? What kind of partner are you looking for? What do you like? Right? And then they actually act upon that. Right? That's why you have to kind of take your time. Right? And then step number 3 is pace, y'all. Pace, slow date. Date slowly. It's hard for people to fake for like 60 to 90 days. But a lot of times what you do is you have your feelings in it the 10th day, and then they can do what they want to do because you don't want to break up with them because you're feeling them. What we're saying in this is pace yourself by falling in love second, not first. I know y'all saying, okay, this is some gameplay, right? Allow them to make the emotional investment first and then match their energy. This is not gameplay. This is not playing games. I would think that too, but think about it. This is for people high in hemophilia, meaning you tend to fall in love too fast. So how do you reverse that according to the research? You fall in love slower. Matter of fact, people that have come off bad breakups, all right, what they do to protect themselves, they say, I will never, ever, ever be hurt again, but I can't be lonely for the rest of my life. And they have this dilemma of trying to like, oh, let me live a single life so I don't get hurt. But then I want to love, I want to be a husband, I want to be a wife, I want to be a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Y'all feeling me? They have that dilemma. What they decide to do is love second. They're going to wait, like if we're dating, you're at a 5, I'm going to be at a 3. And then when you get to a 7, I'm gonna go to a 5. When you get to a 10, I'm gonna go for a 10. If you jump in this pool, I'm gonna jump in the pool because now we both wet. Now we both in here, but now we both naked and unashamed. You feel what I'm saying? So when you do that, what you're basically doing is saying, you don't have to worry about me loving you in a relationship. You don't have to worry about me anticipating needs. You don't have to worry about me sacrificing. You don't have to worry about me saying kind words. You don't have to worry about me being affectionate or intimate or doing the things that a good lover does. I have to worry about you. So you show me that you're great at love, and then I'm gonna match your energy. That way I don't get hurt. That way I don't fall too fast. I fall in love at the right time. Ideally as fast. But if you're if you're high in hemophilia, you're gonna have to like go the other way. Let me go second. Let me fill this thing out to see if it is safe, y'all. So, man, I appreciate y'all. I hope this was beneficial. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to, if y'all want to book me for anything, y'all want to contact me for anything, if y'all want me to be on the forefront, any issue around mental health or relationships, this is the information. And then make sure that you're liking and subscribing to this channel. As you can tell, I love doing this for you. I love doing this for you. I love it so much. Even on the day that I got micro needling in my face, slightly red, little bit greasy. That's how you make it feel good without being in pain. I still did this video because I love you. So listen, if you fall in love too fast, now you know how to pace yourself. Because what we want you to do is get into healthy, functional relationships that feed your ego so that you can feel good about yourself because you are a good lover. You just have to make sure that you only date great lovers. A great lover should date a great lover. A good lover should date a good lover. And if you're not a good lover, you shouldn't be dating right now. You should be in some type of therapy. You should be in some type of class teaching you empathy, intimacy, communication, and connection, and then entering dating so that you can date with success. So I love y'all. It's Dr. Tartt. Take care. God bless, and let's date slowly and right on time. God bless.